Good morning and welcome to another morning routine with a mom of 10. This is the second time that I've done this and we're changing things up a little bit. I was actually planning on filming this earlier in the week, but I realized that we were having the same thing for breakfast, the Belgian waffles. So I decided to wait until we were having something different. So today is Thursday morning and we are, well, we've been up for a few hours, but breakfast is gonna be a little bit late, as it frequently is in our house. We usually actually eat breakfast around 9:30, sometimes even later than that. So that's what's happening today. I'm making a new recipe today, so let me show you what I have.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Cheese. Okay, hang on, I gotta pause this. Actually, okay. So I am actually making sourdough English muffins for the first time. And why is my camera not focusing? Okay, so this is the first batch of muffins that I just got done doing on the griddle. And they actually look amazing. They're nice and tall and fluffy. So this is the first batch. I just put a second batch here, and then I have 6 more over here. So I think all in all, this is going to be making 26 English muffins, and then I'll be doing some scrambled eggs to go with it and have some sliced cheese out if anybody wants to make a sandwich. So these are going to cook for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven to keep them nice and warm. There we go. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, you can put that on there. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick. I got a new piece of art in the mail today, or yesterday, I should say. So I collect these oil paintings. This is by an artist whose name is Jose Trujillo. And this is the third one that I have. I think the color blue is almost the exact same shade of blue as my range. So I loved this one. I have another one with lemons. Let me take you over there and I'll show you where that one goes, or where the other two are, but I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put this new one yet. So this is the first one that I got. It's nice and big with sunflowers, and then there's another one with lemons. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put this third one yet. I have to think about it, but I'm so excited to have that as part of my collection. One of Ambrose's daily jobs is to empty the dishwasher in the morning, and George usually likes to help. And I'm gonna put help in quotation marks. Sometimes he's helpful, sometimes he's not. But Ambrose does a great job getting everything put away every single morning. Ambrose, how old are you?
7.
7. He's been doing this chore for about a year now.
2 years.
2 years?
Probably. Yeah.
Probably? Okay, we'll go with 2 years then. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and flip over these muffins. It's been almost 5 minutes now, and I'm gonna try and do it one-handed. Turn off the timer. Don't these look amazing? I hope they taste as good as they look. This recipe I got from a friend of mine, and she makes it often, so she would not have steered me wrong. Okay, so now I'm gonna set the timer for another 7 minutes, and I have the heat set on this griddle at 300. So those will finish cooking on the inside, and then we'll get the last ones going and get some scrambled eggs going. Okay, my timer is just about to go off now. 3, 2, 1. So I'm gonna take these off. Look at how puffy they are. Nice and brown. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off and then get the last 6 on. And while the last 6 are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get the scrambled eggs going. Okay. Here is a pan full of them. Going back into the oven. And then let's get these on. I actually have a second griddle, and in hindsight I really should have gone ahead and gotten it out and started working double time, but I decided to keep it a little bit more simple with this being the first time I've made these. Okay, set the timer for 5 minutes, and now let's go make some scrambled eggs. Okay, I think that that's 18, which is all that I'm gonna make. Normally when I'm doing scrambled eggs and toast, I'll do 2 dozen, but the star of the show are the English muffins, so we're just gonna go with 18. A little bit of half and half. I'm not gonna put cheese in these because I'm gonna have cheese slices to go on the sandwiches, so I'm gonna get a whisk. Okay, I went ahead and started heating the frying pan too. Actually, you know what? On second thought, I'm gonna turn the burner off because there's still like 12 minutes to go before those last English muffins are ready, and I don't want the eggs to be ready before the English muffins are ready because I don't want them to get cold. So I'm going to leave this here and turn that burner off. Okay, so we cut open an English muffin and it seemed a little bit doughy inside, and we realized that you usually toast English muffins before you serve them. So we cut open all of the English muffins. This is what they look like. And now they're all in the oven to kind of toast them up a little bit. So it's a good thing I didn't start those scrambled eggs, because otherwise I would be regretting that decision. So I'm just cutting open the last 6 now, and I'm gonna put these in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start scrambling the eggs. And by that point, at least the first 2 trays should be toasted up nicely in the oven. And these last 6 I can grab a few minutes after that. So this is what happens with new recipes. You never know what's gonna happen. So, okay, let me turn the griddle off and put this in my other oven. Okay, let's start scrambling eggs.
Come on, George.
Go ahead.
You want to bite it? Lay down. It's hot. Lay down. Hi. It's taking until 10 o'clock. How late were you at that?
Maybe do you think maybe the dough, like you could cut it thinner and then even though they'll rise, like they'll cook more in the middle.
Maybe. Said to roll them out between 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch, so mine were probably closer to 3/4. Can y'all get the table set? Let's get the table set, please. Okay, these look much better now. They look like real English muffins. Focus. So that's the way we'll have to do it from now on. Cut them open and toast. And here is the completed sandwich. Looks good to me. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, breakfast is over now and it is time to, well, I still have a few kids doing morning chores and I am getting everybody set with their schoolwork for the day. So we're in the living room now. Let me show you real quick what that looks like. So this is the living room. Over there I have buckets of food and lockers. And so this is just a really large room. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I didn't film Bible time, memorization time, but we're gonna go ahead and get into schoolwork now. I'm marking math book with one of the kids' math books with the pages that they need to do. So during the summer, we usually do math through the summer and reading through the summer. A few kids are doing a little bit more than that, just to put them in a good spot for the fall. So, you know, we usually do that for about 1 to 2 hours, depending on which kid it is. Some of the kids have more intense math and it takes longer, but you know, this is basically how we finish up our mornings. So for math, we use Saxon. So this is Saxon 3. And for reading, I use something called Reading Pathways. That's how I've taught all of my kids how to read. It's just a book. It's not like a full curriculum. It's just a book. I've had to order a replacement one time, but we go through that and then do readers and things like that. So it's really simple. And then, you know, my kids that are reading already independently, they do 30 minutes of reading and then off of a book list that I give them, and then also 30 minutes of Bible reading every day. And so that's basically our summer school schedule. Keep it light, but I've found that schooling through the summer kind of gives us wiggle room throughout the rest of the year, so that if we need to take a week off due to illness, or if we're traveling, or whatever, we can do that without getting behind. So I have been schooling through the summer now for, let's see, well, honestly, I can't remember. It's been so long. And I've homeschooled from the very beginning with all of my kids. So this is just the best way that we have found for our family to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the kids. Okay, I am finally done with morning homeschooling. It took a long time today. We were having trouble focusing. Not me, them. I still have some reading to do with Lewis, who is 9, and with Ambrose, who is 7, but I'm gonna save that. We're all gonna take a nice hour-long break, and then we will pick up the torch again so that we can finish out. Okay, so now I thought I would take you around. After I'm done, I like to come outside and basically just walk around the garden, check on things, see if anything needs water, that sort of thing. So why don't we go ahead and do that now? I still have not gotten anything planted here, so these pansies are still blooming, but they're looking a little bit leggy. So all of this is my shade garden, and after I planted all of this today, I realized that perhaps this front area doesn't get quite as much shade as I thought it did, because all of these coral bells, well, not all of them, but the red ones especially, look kind of wilty out here, but we'll see how they do next year. I might need to transplant them somewhere else that's a little bit more shady, but everything's starting to fill out nicely, and It's looking good. I still need to get several things planted in this area right here, but I might just wait until the fall and fill in some more perennials at that time. But now I want to show you this front area that I got planted around this light post. So I need to get in here and do some weeding around the edges, but I planted the lamb's ear is finally doing nicely. The lilies are getting ready to bloom. I planted 2 delphinium back here, and those are doing nicely. And then some of this, oh, what's it called? I don't remember now. Tickweed. I don't remember. All I know is I've always wanted to plant this, and so I finally did. This one over here looks gorgeous. I need to deadhead that one. And then I forget what this silver stuff is, but it's nice and fluffy. It's so pretty. So I'm really excited about this area. I think as it fills in, it's going to end up looking really nicely. And then this is my beautiful clematis, which is just exploding. This has been planted there for 3 years now, I think. So that looks amazing. Okay, let's go to the vegetable garden. Okay, so let's take a look here at what I've got going on. The herbs are doing beautifully. This thyme has been here for 2 or 3 years. The oregano also, I need to trim that back a little bit. The sage, I just planted. This is tarragon down here. And then I have these basil plants that are really starting to do nicely. So I'm actually planning in these 2 pots to plant basil seeds. My husband's aunt is Italian. She's from Sicily, and this is how she does her basil. She basically does a seed packet in one whole big tub, and then as they start to come up, she'll transplant about half of them over to the second area, and then she ends up having tons and tons and tons of basil, which we need. We use so much basil. So I'm going to do that. I was going to plant it now, but I saw in the forecast it's supposed to rain later this afternoon. So I'm actually going to wait until after it rains because I don't want the rain, it's supposed to pour. So I don't want that to disrupt my little seed. So I'm going to actually do that once it's over. I'll come out and do that. And then so I have these 3 cherry tomatoes out here. They're kind of leggy. I was really late getting these in. Hopefully they will actually do something. We'll see. And then I have more herbs over here, parsley, chives, rosemary. Now over here I have some cucumbers that I put in, and I need to start weaving them up this little trellis. Over here are more cucumbers, and what I'm going to be doing is putting a cattle panel between, like over the arch here, so that they can grow across. But I'm going to be getting that this weekend and getting that up. And I accidentally planted a zucchini in the middle of everything. Is this it? I think this is it. This guy's really taking off, and he's trying to attach to the tomatoes. I need to get that cattle panel up. And then I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more tomatoes here. I have room for probably one more thing there, but I just put in this bed 2 weeks ago doing the no dig method. So I put down cardboard over the grass, and then this is just compost, and then in the middle I have these wood chips. So I'm planning on expanding this out throughout the summer, as I need to find another source for compost. The lady that I got this from is all out, so I need to find another source for compost, and saving up Amazon boxes so that I can continue to just lay cardboard down. But things are coming along nicely. So let me tell you a funny story. So for the last, I don't know, like 5 years, I have thought that I was just this terrible gardener that couldn't grow anything, not even cherry tomatoes, because every year I would plant several cherry tomato bushes and never get any. Well, it turns out I took my daughter Clara with me to the greenhouse to help me buy the tomatoes, and she actually I told her, I'm like, this year I'm gonna grow great tomatoes. I got really amazing compost, and I'm really gonna try hard. She's like, what are you talking about, Mom? You always grow great tomatoes. And I was like, Clara, I think you're confused. The past several years, I haven't gotten a single tomato. She's like, oh, well, that's because us kids go out and eat them. So She's like, you're a great gardener. We've gotten tons and tons of tomatoes. So I guess the problem is I just haven't been planting enough. So that was actually really encouraging because I thought that I just really stunk at gardening. But it turns out that I just have a lot of kids and they love tomatoes. So, and I mean, that's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to feed the kids. So all's well that ends well. I have a lot more tomatoes this year than I did last year. It's still not enough, like, and I totally know that. But I go to Amish produce auctions. It's about an hour away, and they have those on Tuesdays and Fridays. Once we get into mid-July, I'll start going to those and buying basically bushels of tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, and I can get them so cheaply. So I'm gonna do that and get a bunch of tomatoes canned. And these are just, you know, me flexing my gardening muscle, I guess. But you know, hopefully by the end of the summer, I'll have a lot more beds put in. And I would like to try to start doing fall gardening, because I'm in Virginia, so we have a really long growing season. But also I think I could probably do some lettuce and carrots, at least lettuce.
A few hours later.
Well, my battery died right as I was finishing up. I don't even remember what I was saying. So anyway, thank you for joining me this morning during my mom of 10 morning routine. This was fun. I'll be going grocery shopping tomorrow, so I'll make sure to film that, and I hope that you tune in. Let me know in the comments, what is your #1 tip for someone who is trying to become a better gardener? Because that is me. It's one of the things that I have on my bucket list, is to become a really great gardener. I'm definitely not there yet. So if you have a tip for me, I would really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Bye.